Most teen athletes who want to build muscle end up making one of these two common mistakes. They either eat too little and never grow, or they eat everything in sight and eventually gain way too much fat. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build muscle as fast as possible while staying lean. For reference, I've spent a lot of time learning about training and nutrition, and if I could start over, this is exactly how I would do it. First, you need to understand that building muscle takes time. Anyone promising 20 plus pounds of muscle in 1 month is just setting unrealistic expectations. But if you do things correctly, you can build a substantial amount of muscle and transform your physique in 2 months, while staying lean, of course. When you are eating in a calorie surplus, this means that you're eating above your maintenance calories. Your body is more susceptible to building muscle because it has extra materials. Now, this doesn't mean you can't build muscle when you're at maintenance or on a deficit, but it's obviously a lot harder because your body is more likely to just burn fat because it doesn't want to do extra work to build muscle. This is why you want to be in a slight surplus so your body has extra resources it can allocate to muscle growth. Now, the reason you don't want to have a huge surplus is because this is how the excess fat gain comes upon you. A small surplus of about 100 to 300 calories, somewhere between there, is perfect for excess muscle gain and less fat gain. With that, if you're a beginner, I would say you could go all the way up to a 500 calorie surplus and be totally fine. For intermediates, I would stick around the 200 to 300 calorie range. And then for advanced lifters, it's a lot more strict because your body is less adaptable to changes in muscle growth because it's so used to it. I would say 100 to 150 calories is the max I would do if you want to get maximum muscle growth with less fat gain. A very common word you hear for eating too much of a surplus is called dirty bulking. This is a lot of times what I see athletes doing is they eat everything in sight, going into a thousand, 1,500 plus calorie surplus. With a lean bulk, like I mentioned earlier, you'll be gaining about 0.25 to zero point 0.5 pounds per week, which is a great range if you want to build maximum muscle while minimizing fat gain. Some examples of good carb and protein sources are rice, lean meats, potatoes, vegetables, dairy, and fruit. You can also have the occasional protein bar, but I would say get most of your protein from real foods so you have more satiety during your bulking phase. Now, if calories are the fuel for muscle growth, protein is the building material. If you don't eat enough protein, this is like building a house with not enough materials. For example, if you don't have enough wood, how are you going to build a structure to your house? That's pretty much what protein is, but in a different example. My recommendation is you eat 0.7 to 1 grams per pound of body weight of protein. This is a great range so you can maximize your muscle intake. My favorite protein sources while I'm on a bulking phase is chicken, beef, eggs, dairy. Now, there's obviously many more. You could also sprinkle in protein shakes, but as I said earlier, whole foods are probably a little bit better. Moving into the training stage, you can't eat your way to muscle. You have to train and get a stimulus to your muscles, right? I would train 3 to 6 times per week, making sure to hit each muscle group at least twice per week. This can mean I hit chest on Monday, I hit chest on Thursday. That's 2 times a week. Perfect. I repeat every time. If you're a beginner, you want to be focusing on compound lifts so you can get a good bang for your buck. Thinking about getting the good technique down for, let's just say, a bench press or a back squat, front squat, anything like that. Those are great for saving time as well as learning the good compound lifts to get really freaking strong. Now, you've probably heard this term before, progressive overload. What does it mean though? Well, basically, progressive overload is when you add weight or reps to your exercises through week to week. To build muscle, you need to be giving a current stimulus to your muscles to grow. If I'm repping 135 for 5 on bench press for 4 months in a row, there's no new stimulus to my muscles to tell them to grow. I need to be upping the reps to like 6 reps, to 7 reps, to 8 reps, or up the weight 140 pounds for 5 reps, right? There has to be a continual stimulus to your muscles to tell them, I need to get bigger because your body doesn't want to build muscle. You have to force it to build muscle by progressively overloading. The best drug you can take for building muscle is something that you do every night. You got it. Sleep. Most teen athletes worry about supplements before looking at their own sleep. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and I promise you, you'll see an amazing result in your training sessions and just your energy levels in general and your recovery. Remember, recovery is where growth happens. When you're training, you're not building muscle, you're actually tearing it down, which is why you need to take rest days and recover during sleep so you can build your muscles back up even stronger. Moving on to supplements, most of them are all overrated. There's only a couple that I would recommend, and they are protein powder for convenience and just getting in protein, because whey protein is one of the best protein sources because it has all the 7 essential amino acids that your body needs to produce muscle mass, as well as secondly, and my opinion, most importantly, is creatine. This is actually naturally produced by your body and it's in a lot of red meats that you consume, but it's not a high concentration. This is why you want to take 5 to 10 grams per day, every day, so you can fill up your muscles with water so they have more energy and can produce more ATP, which is basically energy your muscles use in the gym during high intensity activity. But none of them are magic. They're not going to instantly put 10 pounds of muscle on your frame. Training is where it gets done, and nutrition is where the body builds up. So don't skip training and nutrition. Those are way more important than supplements. Supplements are just an add-on. They're like this little maybe 1 to 5% increase, while training and nutrition is 95% of the battle. Let's go into a couple common mistakes that I see with athletes trying to build muscle. They don't eat enough. If you don't give your body enough raw materials, you're not going to grow. You don't want to be changing your workouts every week either. You want to keep exercising the same lifts so you can see that progressive overload happen week to week on every lift. This is how you know you'll be gaining muscle. Do not skip sleep, teens. I'm a teen myself, and I know how important sleep is, and this is exactly why I have gotten to where I am today. Be consistent with the gym as well. You don't want to be going 5 days one week, 2 days one week. You have to be a consistent person. Consistency and routine is how you're going to win in the long run. Also, don't expect results too fast. Losing fat is way, way faster than building muscle. Building muscle takes super long, and you cannot expect to build 5 pounds of muscle in your first month training. Now, to summarize what we talked about in this video, if you want to build muscle fast without getting fat, focus on 5 things. Number 1, a small calorie surplus. This could look like 100 all the way up to 300 calories, depending on if you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced lifter. Number 2 is eating enough protein. 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight is an awesome range to look for. Number 3, make sure you're progressively overloading every week or every other week so you are getting new stimulus to your muscles to grow. Number 4 is get quality sleep. 7 to 9 hours is great, but make sure that that sleep is not interrupted by a caffeine or anything like that. Number 5, consistency is the name of the game. Progress is slow, so you can't be in it for the short term. This is a lifelong habit that you have to build and put into your routine. Try these principles for the next 90 days, and I guarantee that you'll have the best results you've ever had in your life. And if you're a teen athlete that wants to build muscle and lose fat as fast as possible, subscribe below because this channel is exactly what you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and drop any questions below in the comments if you have any that arise.